Good morning. How are you guys doing? I'm going to walk you outside. So, while we have been spending this month, while I've been spending this month talking to you all about homeschooling, lots of things have been happening here on our homestead. So today I just thought I would take a short little break from the homeschooling topic and tell you about all the fun things that have been happening here. Right now I'm outside. I am mulching these beds, so we've got all these flowers planted. I actually hit up the Walmart flower clearance, and for $2 or $3 or $4, I got all of these individual plants that I put in here. Planted my flower bed, all of this, and now we are mulching it. So I'm actually laying down cardboard because I don't want to do this again. I've also been continuing to work in our garden, so I'll give you a quick look at what's going on in here. If you haven't seen our garden before, for the first time this year, I'm using the Back to Eden gardening method. So this gives you an idea of the weeds that normally are in here. This is the paths, and I'm actually going to mulch these also. It's just a lot of work. This mulching is a lot of work, so I'm doing it little by little. But with all of these, I laid down a weed barrier and then layered mulch up on top. So you can see we have lots of things going on here. It's pretty exciting. And zucchini back here, our garlic, blackberry bushes. So I planted this whole row of peppers, colored orange, yellow, and red peppers. This is going to be a honeydew melon patch right here. And then I have 3 long rows of tomatoes. This is a teepee for the kids to play in, and Bella and I planted green beans, climbing green beans. So hopefully this will be covered in vines and they can crawl inside and play. And then we have another row of green beans back there. Now this structure is very exciting. For Mother's Day, Jason and the kids gave me a little coupon that they were going to build me a greenhouse. This is something that I wanted, so I was really excited about it. So they are in the process right now, just kind of making it up as we go, little by little. So we had this old, I don't know, it was like an animal cage type thing that was here when we bought the place, and that's where this is from. This is the front of it and the back. So we stole the front and the back, and then he's building new sides for it so that we can make it longer and stronger. So it's going to be pretty big and wonderful. We were given a roll of greenhouse plastic that we can put over it, but we're debating on actually putting up an actual roof. You know, we could put the plastic, it's a real tough industrial plastic, so that could go over the entire thing, but you know, someday I would love to have it glassed instead of plastic, but I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because we have a lot going on. So Jason and we've had a couple other helpers here and there. Some grandpas came. They spent quite a long time repairing a fence to build up a pasture that could hold large animals. So they had to put in some fence posts. They had to tighten the barbed wire all the way around. They had to do a lot of clearing. He cut down, there was a lot of overgrowth. It was quite a job that they did here and there for weeks, and Bella was there helping every step of the way because we were preparing for receiving 2 horses. Bella has been in a program, a 4-H program, and of course when all of the groups were shut down for a couple of months, that meant that they were no longer going to take care of the horses. And she had been working especially with one horse, which she will introduce to you. And so that all kind of ended, and her instructor talked to us about bringing a couple of the horses here for a while. And we went back and forth about it because in this position in our life, taking on the responsibility of a horse wasn't on our list. We have a lot of big things going on, but it did seem like a really great opportunity to practice owning horses so that if that day is ever in our future, we'll kind of have an idea of what it would entail, what it would require of us. And so we have accepted the challenge, and after weeks and weeks of getting ready and then thinking about it and waiting for the right time, they're here. Are we going to see a horsey? Hi, we can see the horses. Are you excited? Yeah? Where are they? Oh, there they are. You see the horsies? So you can see Tell us. So this
Roz,
is...
And Dakota follows her everywhere, so it's easiest to catch her, and then he'll just come right up. This is Dakota. He's the main reason that we brought the horses out. The horses again.
Right, Roz was just brought along for company for Dakota.
Like that. They like carrots.
Did you feed a carrot, James?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna feed the Bella. Leave them there. I'm gonna feed them from my fishing pole. Bella, can you try to
He's trying to put grass on the end of a pole so that he can feed them.
Why don't you feed them this? Here, hold up your hand flat. Come on. You hold your hand flat. Flat, flat, flat.
Good job, Jeremiah.
Here. Oh, does he like that?
again?
You want again? I don't have any more. I have some grains, though. You want to feed them some grains?
So Dakota is the reason that the horses are here. Bella was working with Dakota. Tell us Dakota's story, Bella.
So he was always alone. He never had a pasture buddy. And so that's why he doesn't really know how to interact with horses, because he was never around them. He was rode a few times. They don't know exactly how many, like only a couple. And then like they think something happened. And
Over probably like 10 years, right?
No, it was before that. 10
Oh, before
years,
the
just
10 years.
him alone.
10 years
But
he was alone in a
Miss
pasture.
Miller thinks something must have happened, and they decided not to ride him anymore. They decided he was not safe, and they didn't want to get rid of him. So they kept him in a pasture by himself for 10 years. He hasn't had any, like, they didn't work with him for 10 years, so he's just kind of like learning everything again. Kind of. Not really, but kind of.
So Bella had been working with him
You want some?
before the 4-H group was closed because of the
You like this, huh?
quarantining. So the group was closed for a little while, and Mrs. Miller thought that she should continue to work with him.
All right, put your hands.
But she didn't want him to be alone, so she sent
Okay.
Roz. Now tell us about Roz.
So Roz is a, hold on. Give me your hands. Here, just hold this container. We'll eat out of it. There. See? That was fun, wasn't it? I have to get a different container because that one's too small. But Roz was a horse that was a pet horse as well.
Hold on a second, Bella. This is Jeremiah's invention. He thought if he held grass up. I don't know if they're going to want it off of a stick, buddy.
Here, Jeremiah.
They have quite a lot on the ground.
Oh,
That was
yummy,
an
yum.
interesting idea, though. Were you fishing for horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said.
But
Okay, so Roz.
Roz, something happened again when she was little, and she has bad knees because of it. You can see her knees are really swollen. I was like,
It was like
Dakota's
eating me.
are regular.
Uh-huh.
So like when you go to pick her hooves, she can only pick them up this far instead of like this far because she had damage, so she was never able to be ridden.
So she's just kind of a companion
Plus
horse.
her back, you can see.
Is that from, yeah, I see her back droops. Is
So
that
her
from the
back-
knee injury?
It could be, they
She's
don't know
eating
exactly
the
what happened. Like, it could
pellets.
have been like when she was born, she was like this, or she had an injury or something.
Keep on giving me the pellets.
But
I don't like
her
them.
withers are here. Her withers
Tina, you
are
feed them
not, her back
some.
is not
I
the
don't
corners
feed
are not supposed to
them.
be this low.
You
You can
feed
see
them.
his normal. So she's not able to be ridden.
James is-
So she was just a companion horse. Like, you know, they went with the other
Feed
horses.
this one.
Because Roz is older, and when the horses are older, their teeth aren't able to work as well. So because Roz is older, she has to be fed grain. Even if she's grass fed, she still has to be fed grain. Come here. Dakota, come here. So that's why that's her grain. I just got a little for them to feed, but so like, yeah, and James is loving it.
Yes.
You're spilling more than you're giving them.
Give me some. Hey, Mom, give me some.
You know, their lips grab it and then their teeth bite it, so it's like you can't really get bit.
Die. Mom. Hey,
So her alone time with working with Dakota is when Roz is brought out for her twice a day grain feeding.
It's gonna be
And-
fed. Then it is.
Go on the other side. And but the kids like to brush her while she's being fed, so that's fun.
I want to hold the color.
We'll just pull if he starts to go away.
I thought it was you pulling. Oops. That carrot stick dropped. Go get the carrot stick. At the tiniest hand.
So these little things right here,
Then we have nothing.
like if I pull, it's gonna put pressure on that and push her into me. So this is like, not like a, this is what Pirelli uses for halters. And this is basically an easier way to control your horse because the pressure slows them down if you have a wild horse.
So Bella was trained using the Pirelli method.
Okay. So what I'm gonna
It
do
sounds like Latin for
is I'm gonna
girl.
hold them. Elsie,
Puella.
come in here.
Puella is Latin for girl.
Yeah.
It is 6 o'clock, which is when Bella feeds Roz. So Roz has to be on grain because she's older. So Bella she's gonna work with Dakota a little bit. This is all new to me, guys, but she knows what she's doing. So.
That's it, perfect. Then you just bring her out, open the gate, swing it open, wide, push it, open wide.
So Roz is kind of like an older lady, and she just kind of does whatever. She goes right along without a problem. Dakota is the one who is needing a little bit. Yeah, that was great, Bella. That was a good idea.
Normally, he's calmed down so much, but normally he would be so upset. We took him away from his herd once, and he was rearing.
Because he was
Miss
upset.
Miller thought he was going to flip over because he was so upset. That's before he knew how to control. Come on, man.
Man,
Move.
I'm gonna do it flat. Bella, should I just let her go?
So these little things. There.
Oh. Let's see, for one horsey. Wait, there's one more. See, there's one more.
Well, there you go, James.
Dump
Here, dump it in. I'm so
Here,
surprised.
James, dump this in. Dump that in.